everyone, welcome to our yoga today. So just make your way back to your mat and begin to settle in Shavasana. Just making yourself comfortable, letting go of what came before this moment, what will come after this moment, and just settling in to this present moment, to the now. A place where you can be completely relaxed and happy, the present moment. And so you may begin to bring your attention to your breath and just follow your breath as an observer. Follow it all the way in. Notice where it changes from an inhalation to an exhalation, and follow it all the way out. And just continue just watching the breath without trying to change it. And on each exhalation, allow the body to relax and settle into the mat just a little bit deeper. Breathe in the present moment. Breathe out calm and relaxation. And should the mind begin to wander away from the breath, as soon as you notice, just watch the thoughts float by as if on clouds. Allow the thoughts to be there, acknowledging them, and then return back to the breath and begin again. Just inhaling, I inhale, I exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On your next inhalation, take the biggest breath that you've taken so far this morning. In through your nose, out through your mouth as you relax the back body onto the mat. So our focus today is going to be that we will bring our attention to the present moment. So to be mindful of each moment as we move through our practice today. So one way that we can do that is to pay attention to the senses. So I'll draw our attention to that as we continue today, but we'll think about feeling the breath in the body. So feeling the inhalations, the cool air on the inhalation, on the exhalation, the warm air. We'll think about the touch of the body on the mat. You know, we rock back and forth and feel the sit bones. We feel the back body resting in Shavasana. And then, you know, another sense is our sense of hearing. So just hearing my voice and just being in the present moment. So, and without judgment. So we'll just do our best, but being able to bring our attention to the present moment can bring relaxation to our bodies and to ourselves, to our mind. And we can use this technique off the mat, you know, so trying to bring ourselves into the present moment by just noticing what we see, noticing what we hear right in the present moment, noticing how we are feeling. Body awareness, remembering like if we feel that our shoulders are up near our ears, our hands are clenched, just as soon as we notice that, relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the hands, relaxing any wrinkles across the forehead, around the eyes, clenching of the jaw. And so the more we can be in the present moment and notice this, having this body awareness, the better off we'll be. We'll feel calm and relaxed, and it'll be a good thing. So let's begin, as we usually do, by just floating our arms gently over our heads, using our breath, and just stretching out through the fingers and out through the toes in a gentle fashion as we begin. No stress or tension, but just stretching out, maybe even wiggling the fingers and wiggling the toes, relaxing the arms and the legs for a moment. And then we'll stretch out through the fingertips. So we'll bring the hands slightly off the mat, spread the fingers wide, and point the toes. So really stretch the fingers wide and stretch out through all 10 fingers, and then point out through all 10 toes, stretching and just noticing how the body feels as we begin. And then clenching the fists and flexing the feet. Clenching the fists, squeezing the fists, pointing the toes up towards the nose. So flexing the feet, flexing and squeezing, and then releasing. And then we'll spread the fingers wide, bring the hands a little bit off the mat again, point the toes, and just stretch the fingertips, all 10 fingertips, spread the fingers wide, and point the toes. Just notice how the body is feeling. Release that. And then we'll clench the fists again, flex the feet. And the hands are an inch or so off the mat, and just squeeze the hands, making fists, and flex the feet. Feel some tension in the body, relaxing the face though, and then release. And then we'll walk the heels over to the left off the mat. We'll lift the head and shoulders, walk the head and shoulders over to the left. And we'll just feel the stretch on the right side body. We can cross that right ankle on top of the left. We can grasp the right wrist with the left hand if we want, and draw that right arm a little bit more to the left. And just breathe into the right side body. Just take two nice big breaths. And on your exhalations, just settle in and relax. Breathe into this present moment on the inhale, and breathe out calm and relaxation on the exhale. Return the head and shoulders to the middle of the mat. Return the feet to the center of the mat. And we'll now walk our heels over towards the right. Lift our head and shoulders, walk our head and shoulders over towards the right. And whatever we do on one side, we'll do on the other side. So if you cross the ankle on the other side, just take that left ankle on top of the right here, and then clasp the left wrist with the right hand. And just feel the openness that you've created on the left side body. And take 2 nice rounds of breath here. Noticing the space that you've created at the left side, and breathing in to the present moment, and breathing out calm and relaxation into the body. Returning the head and shoulders to the center, the feet, the legs to the center, floating the arms down. We'll bend the legs, bring the soles of the feet to the mat about hip width apart, and we'll just inhale, and as we exhale, drop the knees gently to the right. Inhale, the knees to center, drop the knees left. So we're just doing a rocking motion, more or less, with the knees and hips, using our breath, exhaling the knees down and inhaling them back to center.
And just gently doing this motion, beginning to wake the hips up. Using the breath, thinking about inhaling the present moment and exhaling relaxation. So remembering exhaling and just relaxing the facial muscles, the shoulders, and moving with ease, but with intention. And the next time the knees come to center, we'll bring them to stillness, float our arms up above our face and interlace our fingers, and bring our hands behind our head. So our interlaced fingers behind our head. And we're just going to come into a little bicycle here. So opposite knee to opposite elbow. So we'll bring our knees into the air and bring, left elbow to right knee, stretching out the opposite leg, and just begin to bicycle. So our elbows are out wide once you come away from the knee. And just use the breath, engage the core. And do as many as is comfortable. Listen to your own body, but try to bring your mind to the present moment, to the feeling in the body. So engaging the core by bringing the belly button in. Be strong. And come down at any time. When you come down, float your arms up over your head. And floating your arms up overhead seems to help release that lower back. So we'll just take 2 nice rounds of breath once we come down. So breathe in the present moment. Breathe out as you relax into the mat. And then we'll float our arms down, lift our bottoms up, and bring our hands under the sacrum, so as a little cushion for ourselves. We'll bring our knees towards our chest and then send the soles of our feet towards the ceiling. We'll engage the core, so bring the belly button in and up, and then slowly lower the legs incrementally, engaging that core. And of course, coming down as slowly as you'd like. The slower, the more you'll perhaps feel it. Keep breathing. And once your feet meet the mat, you can choose to just relax a little bit, or you can take it one more time. Try to use the breath. And once your feet meet the mat, you can slip your hands out from under your bottom, bend your knees, and again, hip width apart, just rock the knees from side to side, inhaling to center, exhaling to the side. And then bring the knees to stillness. Send the right leg out long. Draw the left knee into the chest, really squeezing into the chest on each exhalation, relaxing the facial muscles in the shoulders, bringing the knee out wide towards the shoulder, squeezing on the exhales, pressing into the back of the right leg. Returning the knee to center, sending that leg out long, and bring the right knee into the chest, squeezing on the exhalations. Then bringing the knee out wide towards the shoulder. Bringing the foot back to the mat, that right foot back to the mat. Bring the left foot up to meet it. So you can choose to just relax here for a moment before we come up to seated, or you can bring the knees towards your chest and reach for the outer edge of each foot. Send your knees out wide so that they're pointing towards the armpits for happy baby, in honor of Jacob coming on tomorrow, my little happy baby. And you can rock from side to side and massage your lower back. Feel the mat against your lower back and be in this present moment. Breathe in the present moment. Breathe out relaxation as you massage your lower back. Then release the feet, bring the knees together, and either turn to your side and push yourself up, or rock forward and backward and roll yourself up. So I'm going to bring my blanket and sit on the edge, the fold of the blanket, just to make myself comfortable. So sitting in Sukhasana. So I'm right on the edge and almost coming off the blanket so that my knees are allowed to come a little closer to the earth. So I'm going to sit up nice and tall, cross my right arm over my left, and we'll just come into a nice easy cat-cow. So we'll inhale as we gaze up and on the inhalation, and then rock back, bring our chin towards our chest as we exhale. So inhale, come forward, exhale, round the back for cat. And just continue with this easy motion, using your breath. And the next time you come to neutral, just cross the right arm over the left and just do that cat-cow motion 3 or 4 more times. Using the breath, breathe in the present moment, like notice your sit bones, the touch of the body on the mat. Notice the sounds you hear. And bring yourself to stillness. And then we'll take the left arm and bring it across the body and just kind of bring that right arm towards the back. Kind of pull it with the other arm towards the back and get the stretch in the back of that left arm. Release it. Do the same thing on the other side. Keep the breath going. Just notice all the sensations that you're feeling. Okay, we're going to come into a seated twist. Now, I'll give you a couple of variations. So you can either do, remember we bring the knees together and kind of just bring the knees to one side. You can do that. Or you can take the left knee and bend it so that it's resting kind of towards the earth, and take the right leg over that left knee, so a little bit deeper stretch. Okay, so
sitting up nice and tall, a nice straight back. And then inhale the arms up, and we're going to twist towards the right if the knees are pointing towards the left. So we're sitting up nice and tall. And if you'd like, you can twist a little more on your exhalations so that you are moving your head towards the back right shoulder. And then release to center. And then if you had your knees pointing to the left, switch them to the right. And if you did the asana that I did, we'll take the right knee, kind of bend it in front of us, and then take the left foot and cross it over the right knee. Okay? So then sitting up nice and tall, inhaling the arms up, gazing at the fingertips, and exhaling as we turn to the left. And we can use this front arm kind of as a way to push against that left thigh, and gradually on your exhalations, turn so that you're looking out over your left shoulder, but only go as far as is comfortable. And we always twist with a tall, straight spine to begin with. And one side may be a little bit, less flexible than the other. And then release back to center. We'll bring our legs wide now in front of us, nice and wide. You can maybe bounce your knees a little bit to stretch out, and then we'll inhale our arms up, gazing up, sitting up with a tall, straight spine, and then folding forward, leading with our chin in our chest, and only come down as far as is comfortable. And we'll just breathe here, noticing the back of the legs as they meet the mat, the sit bones. And when we are folding, we're also folding from the hip creases. And just take a couple of nice rounds of breath here, breathing in the present moment. So noticing the sounds you hear, the feelings you feel. For instance, I can feel the coolness of the tile on my hands. My hands are resting on my tile. And I can hear the birds outside my door. And it brings me right into this present moment where I feel relaxed and calm. And then inhale yourself back up to a nice tall spine. And we will take ourselves gracefully over to table. And have your blanket nearby if you would like to put your blanket under your knees at any point. And so we'll just come into a nice, easy cat-cow, beginning with our wrists under our shoulders and our knees underneath our hip points. We'll just drop the belly, gazing up, gazing forward, sending the heart forward, and then rounding the back on the exhalation, pushing away from the mat. And just continue with a gentle rhythm, a rhythm of your own, using your breath to help you move with ease. As you notice the hands and knees pressing against the mat, notice the flow of your breath, the flexibility in your spine. And the next time you come to a flat back, just remain in stillness for a moment. Look down at the hands, notice that the fingers are spread wide.
And if you'd like to give this a go, we'll come into a side plank. If you'd like to just do the same thing with the knee down, I'll start like that. We'll start with the knee down. So we're going to pivot that left foot off the mat, bring the left hand a little bit towards the center of the mat, send the right leg out long. So the left hand, left wrist is right under the shoulder, and then extend the right fingertips towards the ceiling, gazing up at your thumb. And so we can just hold this. If you'd like to just hold this, you're invited to do that. If you'd like to come into side plank, we'll send the left leg out long also. So keep the breath going. And release the hand down to the mat, the top hand. And then we're going to rainbow our hands around so that we come to the other side. And so beginning in table, we'll pivot the right foot off the mat, bring the right hand towards the center of the mat, send the left leg out long, bring the left hand fingertips towards the sky, really extend through the fingertips, really press away from the mat so we can stay in this position. Or if you want to come into side plank, bring the right leg out long also. Try to lift the hips so that they're not sagging towards the earth. Keep the breath flowing. And then bring that top hand down to the mat, knee down. And then we'll just pivot around, rainbow our hands around so that we come back to where we began. We'll come to our table, curl our toes under, and send our hips up into the sky, up towards the sky, and pedal our legs, bending opposite knee, and then settling in to a nice comfortable down dog. So fingers spread wide, pressing into the back of all 10 knuckles, pressing the thighs and the calves towards the back of the mat, and just resting in down dog for a moment. Heels don't have to touch the mat. And you can claw kind of with your hands on your mat. It might bring less tension to the wrists. So you're kind of pressing with the pads of the fingers and even bending the fingers a little bit. Kind of the palm of the hand is off the mat a little bit. And then when you're ready, press into the mat with the back of all 10 knuckles and come forward for plank. And you can have your knees on the mat if you'd like to be in half plank, which would be like this. And then push yourself back into down dog. And then come forward into plank. And if you'd like, go move on to the tops of your toes for up dog. So the knees are off the mat. Bring the knees to the mat. And we'll just sit back in extended child. So sitting back on the heels. And just take a breath or two. Breathe in the present moment. Breathe out relaxation. If your arms are extended,
an extended child. Just feel the stretch underneath the armpit and down the sides of each side of the rib cage. If this isn't comfortable, you can always bring your hands beside you with the palms facing up, resting the forehead on the mat. As you're ready, you can come up back to table, curl your toes under, walk your hands towards your knees, and then push onto your toes, and then bring yourself up to Tadasana. So come to the middle of your mat. So rocking from side to side, so feel the earth under your feet. Feel the strength in your legs by pressing into all four corners of the feet, lifting through your instep, lifting through your kneecap and your thighs, engaging the core, so bringing the belly button in and up, bringing your shoulders up, back, and down. So relaxed upper body, strong lower body, extending through your crown. Breathe in the present moment. Feel the length of the body from the crown of the head all the way to the soles of the feet that are pressing into the earth, creating a connection and creating strength and stability. Inhale your arms up, interlace your fingers, except keep your index fingers pointing, and then exhale to the right, press into the left foot, feel the stretch down the left side. Inhale to center, exhale to the left, press into the right foot, feel the stretch down the right side body. Inhale back to center, exhale, press the hips forward as you drop the head a little bit towards the back. Inhaling to center, turn the palms away, float the arms down. And we're just going to come into a warrior, reverse warrior, extended side angle, kind of like a little bit of a flow. So we'll turn to the short end of our mat, send our left foot forward so the toes are pointing towards the short end. Send our back foot back so that the foot is parallel with the back of the mat. Also our hips are square to the long end of the mat. So you can place your hands on your hips, square them to the long end of the mat. Inhale your arms up so that they're parallel to the earth. And on an exhale, bend the front knee. And we'll gaze out over that middle front finger. Our shoulders are relaxed. So consciously relax the shoulders. Feel the strength in the body. So you're pressing in to the big toe of the front foot, the knife edge of the back foot. We'll come to a reverse warrior. So we'll drop the back hand to the thigh and ballerina arm, the top arm over our head, looking at, the elbow crease. And then we'll exhale, bring the left elbow to the knee, to the left knee, and we'll kind of rainbow the top arm over so that the fingertips are pointing towards the same direction as the crown of the head. And we can look at our upper arm, the elbow crease. Then we'll rainbow that top arm and come up, come back to warrior two. So that front knee stays over the ankle. Okay, extend the fingertips away from each other and gaze over that middle front finger. Drop the back hand to the back thigh, ballerina arm up overhead. Front knee stays bent. And then kind of rainbow arm
the top arm so that it comes to the same direction as the crown of the head as you rest the left elbow on that left knee. Gaze up at that elbow crease. And then we'll straighten that left leg, bring the arms behind us, interlacing our fingers so our feet are now parallel. We'll squeeze the shoulder blades together and we'll just drop the head as we gaze kind of up and a little bit of a back bend, as long as it's comfortable for you. If it's not comfortable, just squeeze the shoulder blades together and perhaps don't drop the head back. Unclasp the hands. Turn the right toes so they're facing the short end of the mat. Back foot is parallel. Hips are square to the long end of the mat. Inhale the arms up so that they're parallel. As you exhale, bend the front knee. Gaze out over that middle front finger. Be in the present moment by noticing the body. Are the shoulders up here or are they relaxed? Drop the back hand to the back thigh as you ballerina arm up overhead. You can gaze at that elbow crease. And then kind of bring that front knee to that front elbow to the front knee as you kind of make a rainbow with the top arm so that the fingertips are pointing towards the same direction as the crown of the head. Look up at your elbow crease. Feel the strength in your body. Notice the sounds you hear being in this present moment. Bring the arm back. Come back to warrior two. Drop the back hand to the back thigh. Ballerina arm up. Gaze at the elbow crease. Front knee is still bent. Bring that right elbow to the right knee. Kind of rainbow the top arm up. Extending through those fingertips so you feel the stretch from the fingertips all the way down the side body to the back heel. And then come up, straighten the leg. Look down at the feet so that they're parallel. Heel toe them together. Feel the earth underneath the feet, so even rocking from side to side. Inhaling the arms up, turning the hands, the palms away from each other as you float down in a swan dive forward. Bring a bend to the knees. Shake the head yes, shake the head no. Maybe bounce a little bit. Maybe sway from side to side with the hips, dragging the fingertips from side to side, moving with ease, feeling the graze of the fingertips on the earth. Place the hands on either side of your feet. Bring yourself to your knees. We'll come onto our backs gracefully. So make yourself comfortable on your mat. Bend your legs if you would like. And we're going to bring our knees towards our chest. Reach for the outer edge of each foot. Send our knees towards our armpits for happy baby. Rock from side to side, massaging your back. Notice the sounds you hear. Notice the feel of the body.
on the mat. You can feel the back of the head, the length of the spine. Breathing in the present moment, being right here, right now, and breathing out relaxation. Release the feet, bring the knees together, make some circles on the ceiling with the knees. You can reverse direction. And then when your back feels nice and massaged and nice and relaxed, you can bring the soles of your feet to the mat, send your legs out long, spread the feet so that the heels are at the edges of the mat and the toes are pointing away from the mat. Bring the arms down in an upside down V with the palms facing up, arms away from the body. And just notice the back body on the mat. Feel the length of the body from the back of the head, the back of the shoulders, the length of the spine, your bottom, back of your legs, back of your heels. Take a nice big cleansing breath in through your nose and out through your mouth as you relax into the mat, into this present moment. And just bringing your attention to the breath, just noticing the cool air on the inhalation, the warm air on the exhalation. Perhaps thanking the universe or God or whoever you think you'd like to thank for this present moment, for the air that we breathe, for the sun on our faces, for the friends and family we have, for the practice that we shared together. So continue just breathing in the present moment, breathing out relaxation and calm. I'm going to ring my bowl now. And I invite you to bring your hands to your heart center. May you move through your day recognizing each and every moment. Namaste.